Alright, hold on, hold up, hold up. I have got to... Ah, yes, so it is working. Nice. Cool. And then I believe I have the chat pulled up. Nice. Okay, let's do it. Let's get a Realm Reborn finished, huh? Alright, Minfilia. Let us return to the Rising Stones at once, then. We have much to discuss. Right, you made me walk all the way out here and then walk all the way back. Okay. Am I crazy? Which one is it? It's this one. Yeah. All right. And then I believe we have a trial after this. I have the MSQ pulled up on my phone so I can figure out how far I am till Realm Reborn. I mean, till Heaven's Word.
Moon! Gods, it's been ages!
Oh, longer, sister.
A joyous reunion indeed.
Well, of course it is. Moon and I are like twin sisters.
Okay, give me 2 seconds. My phone keeps shutting off, but I really want it to stay open.
Everyone, if I could have your attention. We have with us an esteemed guest who has come from Jalian to assist us.
Did I accidentally skip a second chat, or
I
no?
bid Moonbreeder join us here that she might share with us her extensive knowledge of Aetherites. Also, as many of you are already aware, she has been overseeing our research into white auracite, a sample of which she has been good enough to bring with her.
What is white auracite?
Well, I had to come, didn't I? You'd have to be bloody daft to turn your nose up at a chance like this. Where better to conduct my final tests than a land so steeped in ether you can taste it?
Have they already explained this? Because I swear I haven't read anything about this yet.
'Tis plain the passage of the years hath done little to dampen thy youthful spirits.
Uriange.
And nothing at all to reform thy youthful manner.
Alright, give me 2 seconds after this voice line.
Oriange, where in the hells have you been hiding?
Alright, 2 seconds. I gotta plug in my phone. Because with my current setup, I don't have a second monitor. I kind of have a scuffed setup right now, so I'm using my phone. But my phone's also on 5%. So, let's plug that bad boy in, I guess. Alright.
Unhand me.
Mommy.
I come all this way, and that's what you have to say to me. I much preferred when you were pleading with me to drop everything and hurry to your side. What was it you said? None save thee can satisfy this need.
Oh, alright.
Go on.
Fan cred.
Thine artless attempts to misrepresent mine all too innocent motives do thee little credit.
Just get married already,
Mine
please.
intent, as well thou knowest, was but to impress upon thee the gravity of the circumstance. Lest thou doubt, a deiform entity shall shortly be summoned, save if thou and no other grantest my compeers thine aid.
You still haven't found it, then? Your missing aetherite?
We have not. No. We know that Iceheart teleported to an aetherite not far from the first. Yet even after careful analysis, we could not locate the second beacon.
Give me 2 seconds. My mother is texting me. Alright, we know that Iceheart teleported to an aetherite not far from the first, yet even after careful analysis, we could not locate the second
We
beacon.
now suspect that the heretics destroyed the second aetherite to impede our pursuit.
Correct.
Our allies continue to scour Snowcloak for Iceheart's sanctuary, but we have no guarantee that they will find it. Yet it must be found, for even now Iceheart prepares to call upon Saint Shiva.
I'm sorry, but if the aetherite's been destroyed, then that's that. Although, you're absolutely sure she used the first aetherite, are you? She didn't just use teleportation magics?
One of our own bore witness to her escape. I can say with absolute certainty that Iceheart used the aetherite.
Unless, of course, I'm lying. I could be lying.
In that case, there might be a way, so long as the ethereal current is still flowing.
Truly? How?
Why does she look so lifeless? Look at her eyes.
We use the current to recreate the beacon. As you know, aetherites are a bit like lighthouses. We use them to reconstitute our physical forms when crossing the ethereal sea. Without them, we'd lose all sense of direction and our essence would dissipate. However, we don't rely solely on these beacons. There are currents of ether which flow between them, currents which help guide us to our destination. Now, these currents will gradually dwindle away to nothing if an aetherite is destroyed. But if even a sluggish flow remains, we could theoretically use it to direct a surge of concentrated ether towards the void left by the beacon, and thereby fill it up again.
Would it, like, grow a new crystal?
Like opening the floodgates to fill a dry riverbed. Though, correct me if I'm wrong, but would we not need a veritable reservoir of ether?
He looks lifeless too. Look at
In
this.
concert, we might manage to channel a sufficient volume, yet that is not my chief concern. To direct the flow of so great a volume of ether with the requisite precision would be a nigh impossible task in itself.
I barely succeeded in facilitating travel to an unattuned beacon. That which you describe sounds considerably more difficult.
And dangerous. Every person who has attempted to teleport in this fashion has died in the process.
Oh, she's so
They,
happy
however,
when
did
she
not
says
have
that.
white aura sight at their disposal.
Why does she sound so happy?
I can use it to channel all the ether you can give me into the aetherite. However, white aura sight cannot retain ether for an extended period of time, so we would need to infuse it immediately beforehand. Just so you know, I'd confidently give this plan better than even odds of success. And if the worst comes to worst, your people won't suffer.
Though it risked the lives of our best and brightest, we have not the time to seek other options. If the ethereal current still flows, we shall carry out Moonbreeder's plan.
That's the spirit. Let's roll the dice.
Okay. But it works, does it not? Because the next quest is a trial, I think. I've already informed Alphino of our plan to recreate the beacon in the manner of Moonbria described. He agreed that despite the inherent danger, it represents our only hope of success. Ugh, goodness, I'm about to cough. Only chance of success. He also said that he wished to meet you at Snowcloak before proceeding. I expect you'll find him waiting for you there when you arrive. Okay. I want you to know that I appreciate everything you've done on our behalf, Finnegan. And that I have faith you will return to us as you always have. Alright, let's go ahead and do it. I'm getting so close to the end of A Realm Reborn. I just have some blue quests and then a little bit of MSQ. Over here, okay. I was looking for it, I couldn't figure out where it was. Okay. I'll put it in the middle here. This guy's voice is crazy. Okay, let's talk to Alfie now, and then hopefully he sets us on our way. Good to see you, Finnegan. I was starting to wonder if you were having second thoughts. Captain Ilbert sends his regards, by the way. He attends to the irrigation of Alain Royal, or I don't remember how to pronounce it, in Uldoa, even as we speak. But I shall not distract you from the matter at hand. We can discuss the ivy upon your return. I trust that, by which I mean to say, the others are waiting for us at the Aetheryte. After you, Scion. So this is the one she escaped from. So I guess we're going to trace the signal or whatever. Trace the flow. Interesting. How are they doing that? Are they just able to control their Aetheryte, whatever? That's pretty interesting. There, it's ready. I'm gonna need me one of those, to be honest. Ha! It worked, I think. Try attuning to the Aetheryte now. Feel for the current and try to locate the beacon. We have done all we can, Finnegan. For now, let us withdraw. When your final preparations are complete, you must seek out the beacon we have created. If, by the grace of the 12, you arrive safely, you must stop Iceheart before she summons Shiva. Okay. So why are we withdrawing? Why don't I just go in now? Or do we have to wait? We cannot ignore the possibility that our actions have alerted Iceheart to our plans. Should that be the case, you may attempt to hasten the completion of the summoning ritual, and if that succeeds, you will have little choice but to face Shiva in battle. Knowing little of this saint, I cannot say if your own strength will suffice, and so I would encourage you to call upon your allies. Some may have reservations about wagering their lives on the success of Moonbria's experiment, but others will surely agree that desperate times call for desperate measures. Ah, before you assemble your party, pray speak with that knight. I believe he has a message for you from Sir Amaric. Okay. Sir Sir Emmerich regrets that he could not be here in person and asks that I read to you this letter. Ishgard faces an unprecedented threat, yet in our hour of need, it is not her knight who stands poised to defend her. Finnegan pants, the warrior of light, savior of Eorzea. Your deeds this day shall not be forgotten. Where others would flee, you choose to remain. Where others would falter, you rise to the challenge. Where others would use their gifts for selfish ends, you wield yours in service of a greater cause, or to a greater cause. May Hallownay bless you with good fortune and see you safely home. Okay. This is Snowcloak. This is what I want. Yes. Yes, join. This is going to take a while. I have a feeling. I wonder if it would be a better use of my time instead of waiting here to do some other things while we wait, I guess. Like what? What time is it? 8:45? Okay. So we have 15 minutes till the next gate thing at what do you call it? The gambling place. So I'm not going to do that. Wait, really? He's just down here? Okay, I guess I'm going over there. This music is pretty good. No, are you telling me I have to go this way? That's so annoying. Oh. Wait, what? Can I go over it? You can't go over it? Oh, you have to do this, I see. What was the point of that? Oh, I can't fly in here. Interesting. Labyrinth of the Ancients. I see. So you know what I should do? Oh, it's a raid. Ah, that would be why. Should probably just join both of these, and then whichever one I get is whichever one I get, I guess. Oh gosh, that's really weird. Okay, Ultimate Ballad. I still have quite a few blue quests that need finishing. Oh gosh, this raid is massive. I don't think anybody's gonna join me, to be honest. The Praetorium. Have I not already done that? Oh, this one, Minstrel's Ballad, with a party of other players. Okay. And then just tooling around. Equipping your gatherer's or crafter's primary tool. Okay. That's easy. I believe I have a... Let's see. What do I have? Oops. Level 44. This isn't... Oh, this is the Cobalt one. Do I need a level 50 one to do this? Let's just check. It was this one. Yeah, so I guess I need a different... Okay, so I'll wait for that one. That's fine. I'm gonna go back to Old Daw real quick and just, That's not Old Daw, that's the gold saucer. I need to fix my armor real quick. Gosh, that's... Oof. It's been doing that the past couple days, and I'm not sure why. I can't wait to have a good glamour, bro. These glamours are so sick. Repair, repair. Nice. Not really sure what to do in the meantime. I guess I can do this one. That's fine. In the image of the ancients. And this is a scholar quest. Okay. Let's go to the amphitheater. What is my item level with this class? 78. Because of these, I guess, and then those. Oh, whoops, I passed it. Okay. Ah, Finnegan. The man who would single-handedly revive the scholarly arts. Alright then, show me what you've got. Master Rose's work is marvelous, as to be expected. This will be a pleasure. There you go. One pair of fingerless buffalo leather gloves, perfect for the scholar who prefers that his protection does not come at a cost to dexterity. Oh, the boots. Belly will see to those. He's an expert cordwainer, so you needn't worry about the quality. Besides, I've already spoiled you by making your gloves for free. Oh. Leatherworking. You're the scholar, yes? I've been instructed to assist you. If you'd please let me see Master Rose's work. There you go. The craftsmanship is amazing. I cannot wait to get started. Here you are, sir, made with the finest boar and buffalo leather, in accordance with Alka Zolka's designs, which are very impressive, I must say. He must be dying to see the completed set. I know I would be. Had I gone to such great lengths, you ought to surprise him by wearing the garments when next you see him. Cool. Okay, what level was this quest? 25? Okay. So I've already started leatherworking them. I'll come back to that later. For now, what quest was this that I just did? It was this one. Okay. Why is it red, though? That's my question. Okay, Marauders Guild. Finnegan, by your return, I take it the raiments are ready. If so, would you consider donning them so I might see if they match the ancient descriptions? Although I'm certain this is not necessary, on the off chance you misplace any pieces of the set, go back and speak with the artisans. If we are fortunate, they may be able to furnish us with replacements. Okay. That's all they made, so. Is there more? I thought that was all they made. I equipped the gloves, I equipped the boots. What am I missing here? Maybe I need to look up this quest. It's been a minute since I've done this. This one is called In the Image of the Ancients. Okay, 1 second. Oh, I gotta commence. Shoot, I gotta change over to this, commence.
You should never have come here, warrior of light. I labor only to forge a lasting peace.
Uh-huh. Sure thing, buddy.
A peace you would deny us out of ignorance and blind faith.
You're the one with the
No
blind
matter.
faith.
If it is our fate to be at odds, then it is mine to strike you down. We whom gods and men have forsaken shall be the instruments of our own deliverance. Partake of my flesh. Fill this vessel with your light. Walk amongst your brothers and sisters once more.
Okay.
Oh, Saint Shiva, still the hatred within our hearts and bless us with eternal grace.
So she just gave herself over to be the vessel for Shiva? That's kind of wild. And there she is. Very, very sexual design. That is unfortunate, but whatever. Alright, we're just gonna have to beat her. Ooh, visual novel. Your fit goes crazy. I like that. Alright. I know nothing of how this works, so hopefully this isn't too challenging. The music is kind of crazy. I'm assuming these guys have to go down or else we're gonna lose, so I'm just gonna take them down, I guess. Alright, what's going on here? And scatter them like dust in the wind. Oh, and now it's getting real, bro. I'm pretty sure one of my mounts has this song. Yeah, it does. It must be from this. I think I got it from the Moogle event, maybe? Such a banger of a song, bro. Oh no. I shouldn't have moved. I didn't realize that was... Okay. Well. No, I was so close, bro. So I guess it was my fault because I moved or something? I don't know. They win it anyways. They don't need to res me. Nice job, team. Everybody else already left, bro. Nice, I got a commendation.
Fool. Blind, bloody fool.
You're the one that lost. I don't know what to tell you.
You, of all people, should understand the suffering war begets. That no sacrifice is too great if it brings an end to the violence. Mine is the righteous cause.
No, it's not. Because the end does not justify the means.
In a war you do not understand. A pawn of liars and schemers. And they are no less ignorant than you. Following the creed of their fathers without question, never thinking to ask why. Trapped in a delusion of their own creation, and blind to the truth.
You can rattle off philosophy all you want, but it doesn't make your cause any more just, to be honest.
Warrior of light, redemption is not beyond us.
Womp womp.
We who walk before may lead those who walk after.
Bro, she's the nothing burger, like... I mean, it says something, but it's
Seek
just...
the keeper of the lake. See with eyes unclouded.
She's just yapping.
Do not squander mother's gift.
Who is mother? Heidelin? Question mark?
Here,
Oh.
feel, think.
Oh. So it is Heidelin. Okay. Then that makes me wonder. Okay, this is getting way too off topic, but does Heidelin just give her gift of the, what do you call it? Hold on. I'll finish my thought in just a sec. Mr. Ashian, sir.
And so the vessel
He's got
falls.
sideburns.
A predictable outcome.
Actually, it was a predictable outcome.
Nevertheless, La Habrea will be pleased.
Yeah.
Unfortunate.
Not the voice I thought that guy would have. Okay, but anyways, does Heidelin also give her a gift to the bad guys? Because there it looks like maybe she was familiar with Heidelin. And being a villain, that's confusing. I don't know. By the 12, you're alive. I mean, of course you're alive. Why wouldn't you be? Isart did what? And you're certain about all that, are you? Javanians are skilled with glamours, after all. Look, if you say that's what you saw, I believe you. It's just, I've never heard of a primal being summoned like that before. Are you sure you're not injured? Head trauma has been known to cause hallucinations, you see. No? Fair enough, I was only asking. If you ask me, there's naught to be gained from mulling over the implications of your story in the freezing cold. Let's save it for the Rising Stones, eh? I'll get everyone to meet us there. Ah, but before that, you had best pay a visit to Whiteburn Front and speak with Alfino. He's probably worried sick about you. That, or he's busy playing at politics with the Ishgardians. Either way, I'm sure he'll be delighted to see you hale and healthy. Speaking of which, you don't have a headache or anything, do you? No? Blurred vision? Well, no reason. See you again soon. Bro, she really didn't want to believe us. Okay. I guess we can fly back. I don't need to teleport. Actually, I'm at max money. Why don't we just... Oh, there's not one. Okay. So, we have a couple more quests and then we're done with this patch. And then it's the next patch, which is really short from what I can see on the wiki. And then the last one. We're getting pretty close to the end of a Realm Reborn here. And then I still have some blue quests I gotta take care of, but that will happen probably tomorrow. Come on. Oh, I misshot it. It's right here. Okay. Alfino. There he is, and none the worse for wear. Was there ever any doubt that the Warrior of Light should succeed? I think I speak for all of us when I say that I should like nothing more than to hear the stirring tale of your victory, if you would be so kind. Then we were too late to prevent the summoning. Yeah, but she was easy. But not too late to prevent further loss of life. An outcome worthy of celebration. And one for which we have Finnegan to thank. Yes, you are right, of course, Sir Amaric. We should be content with what we have accomplished. I, for one, could not have wished for a better outcome. Shiva is no longer a threat, and the heretics have been routed. Aye, there is the matter of Iceheart's escape, but she cannot run forever. Whether it takes us days, weeks, moons, or even years, my knights will find her. In the meantime, Lord Drillamont, is the caravan ready? The supplies that your men recovered have been prepared for transport in accordance with your wishes. Rest assured that my knights will see them safely to Revenant's Toll. Of that I have no doubt. I take it these are the selfsame supplies the heretics stole from the House Four-Temps caravan? Less the crystals which comprised the bulk of the shipment, yes. Scarcely a fraction of that which was promised, but a meaningful contribution to your cause all the same. On an unrelated note, Finnegan, might I trouble you to accompany me to Camp Dragonhead at your earliest convenience? 'Tis not for my benefit. A certain lord was most distressed when he learned of your intent to risk life and limb to stop Iceheart. Took half a dozen knights to restrain him, I am told. Who would that be? Men give vent to their anxieties in a myriad of ways. Pray do not think less of him. Alright, now we can go back to... what is this called? Camp Dragonhead. Alright. Parkour. What were you thinking, Finnegan, wagering your very being on a dubious theory which might allow you to enter Iceheart's lair, knowing full well that she could have sufficient forewarning to complete her ritual to summon Shiva anyway? And then, engaging the abomination in mortal combat? By the fury, Finnegan, 'tis the stuff of ballads. A battle for the ages. Would that I had been there to fight by your side. Yet here I was forced to wait, condemned to wonder at the fate of a dear friend for a veritable eternity. I would not wish such torture on my most hated enemy. Sigh, but you're here now, and that is what truly matters. Let us move on. Sir Amaric wished to have words with you and Master Alfino in private. He awaits us in the intercessory. Cool. These quests are going by super fast. Greetings, sir. I shall show you in at once.
On behalf of the Holy See of Ishgard, allow me to express my deepest thanks. Never before have we been required to contend with a primal. Indeed, there were fears in some quarters that our knights might not be equal to the task. From what we have now learned of these beings, I can say with certainty that we would have lost a great many men had the Scions not intervened.
Then the argument for preemptive action should be self-evident. Perchance now you will reconsider my proposal that Ishgard move against Natalan.
What is Natalan?
Ere we first met, a similar proposal was tabled, but the Holy See decreed that we were to observe, and that military action should be taken only in self-defense. All things considered, it was not an unreasonable decision. Since the calamity, 2 vigils have fallen to the Horde, while Garuda has never shown any inclination to storm the gates of judgment. Which is why this unprecedented crisis and its resolution may prompt a change in policy. You who have faced these primals know well the threat they pose. Ishgard did not. Not until now. And there is naught like a brush with death to change a man's outlook.
At the very least, this should silence any lingering objections to our arrangement with Revenant's Toll. The Holy See may even feel moved to grant us its formal endorsement.
So far as it is possible, the Scions shall be compensated for their service.
We should be grateful for any aid you can provide.
As a gesture of good faith, I shall withdraw my previous request. Your people are doubtless needed elsewhere.
Really? So at our original meeting, he proposed something, and now he's just like, yeah, never mind. That's pretty good.
That will not be necessary.
Oh, we're still gonna help him.
We too
Okay.
have a vested interest in watching Dravania's movements.
Alfino is literally the type of guy that would say, teacher, did you forget to give us homework?
I see.
Brother.
Once more, I must thank you.
Sir Emmerich, if I may, do you truly believe that Midgard-Zoma could return?
Is that how that's pronounced? I've been pronouncing that Midgard-Sormer. Not Zermer, or whatever he said.
The heavens are a window unto truth, but those who interpret their movements are not infallible. I requested your involvement as a precautionary measure.
But of course, you sought an excuse to compensate us from the first, mindful of what would happen if Revenant's toll were taken by your enemies. Ishgard is not wont to aid its neighbors, but that does not preclude it from manipulating them to serve its own interests.
Choose your next words carefully.
Is that, what's her face from Naruto? It starts with a T. Can't remember her name. I'm pretty sure that's who that is. That voice actor.
Do you know what sort of man becomes Lord Commander of the Temple Knights? One who comes from good stock. I did not. Yet here I am now. Why do you suppose that is?
Because you can manipulate
Because
people?
I swiftly learned to tell the difference between words, deeds, and beliefs. You are correct, Master Leveilleur. Ishgard desires to see Revenant's toll flourish, as it would present a troublesome obstacle to our enemies from the south.
We are so glad to be of use to you.
Oh my gosh, dude, he's so annoying.
As we are to you. Ours is a mutually beneficial arrangement, lest we forget. One born of necessity. The dragons grow more restless by the day, and the heretics harry us nigh without cease. We have contended with such troubles for centuries, but there are limits to even our end. Yet as a pauper is loath to part with his meager possessions, the leaders of Ishgard are not wont to render up their trust to outsiders.
I mean, it makes sense.
But with perseverance on our part, they may yet be made to see the light. Nevertheless, one must take care when walking the road less traveled.
Oh, a little poetry there.
Wise words, Sir Emmerich. I shall make a point to remember
Robert
them.
Frost, I think.
I must apologize for my earlier outburst. I hope it will not sour our good relations.
Not at all. You but spoke from the heart. I trust you understand that at times my duties may prevent me from meeting with you. On
Yeah, that's
such
fine.
occasions, my second in command will speak for me.
Heck yeah. It's gonna bug me. What's the character's name in Naruto?
Lucia, at your service.
It's definitely her voice.
Excuse our reticence. We are but wary of speaking too freely, lest our sentiments be made known to our enemies. Know that the Lord Commander
It's
and
gonna
I
bug
are
me.
of one mind. For the sake of Ishgard, and of Eorzea at large, I pray our peoples can put aside their differences.
It starts with a T. It's Gara's
Those
sister.
who dwell in the past risk losing sight of their future.
Should aught befall one of our shipments, pray inform Lucia immediately. You may also relay to her any words you might have for me alone. Not being of Ishgardian birth, she owes no allegiance to any noble house, making her as near to incorruptible as one can find in my homeland. Suffice it to say, I trust her completely, and so may you.
Cool.
Which reminds me, Lord Orchafon. if
That's
you'd
how
be
you
so
pronounce
kind.
that? Orchafon. Oui, oui, baguette.
Certainly.
So bad. I can't do a French accent.
In times such as these, trust is ever in short supply. Mayhap this will go some way to rectify the problem. The results of our investigation into the heretics' recent attacks, as well as our interrogation of the merchant you detained.
Sir Emmerich, I cannot thank you enough.
Think nothing of it. Ishgard may be many things, but it is no friend to Garlemald.
Did I not tell you to have faith, my friend?
I actually kind of like him. At first, I really thought he was going to betray me because he was just too nice. But now he just seems like a good friend. He's the type anyone wants in their corner, bro. Alright. It would seem we have much to discuss with our friends at the Rising Stones. If what you say is true, Iceheart's method of summoning Shiva defies all precedent. It necessitates a complete reprisal of the primal threat and of our approach to combating it. Moreover, there are grave ramifications if word of this incident reaches Imperial ears. The Garlean Empire believes that primals are an insufferable menace, that their mere existence is a threat to this very star. As such, they deem any action taken against the beast tribes to be justified by default. Imagine then if it became known that it was not only the beast tribes of Eorzea that could summon primals, but our civilized peoples as well. Any lingering objections to the Eorzean campaign would vanish overnight. I see, so it's like a prejudice type thing, okay. Where before we had to contend with a single Imperial Legion, we could well find ourselves facing the combined might of all Garlemald. But I speak unadvisedly. Come, Finnegan, it is better that we continue this conversation in Mordona. So I guess there's just like a natural fear of the primals in Garlemald. And so they're kind of like racist against the primals. So if humans could summon it, then yeah, any anti-imperial sentiment would be gone. That makes sense. I don't think I'd noticed it till now, but every time you go in that area, the little lobby area, it's different people in there. Sometimes there's people sitting down, sometimes there's not. Makes it feel kind of real.
Words cannot well express how glad I am to see you return to us hale and whole. Needless to say, I am most eager to hear your account of that which occurred in Kurthis, assuming you're ready to speak of it.
Bro, what are these pronunciations? I thought this was Coerthis, but it's just Kothis, or how did she say it? Kurthis? I don't know.
Excellent. I shall summon the others at once.
Okay.
Iceheart used her own body as a vessel for a primal soul?
Indeed.
Master Louisoir's writings make no mention of such a possibility. Can we be certain this entity was a primal?
As certain as we can be that good King Mogglmog the 12th was a primal, I should think. Both were ostensibly summoned.
Let's not quibble over definitions. Of more concern is the implication that Iceheart retained her will, even after she was possessed. We are talking about a mortal, wielding the power of a primal.
Yeah, it's a big yikes.
It can't possibly be that easy, can it? There must be some sort of sacrifice required. Or maybe she's just special?
She's the chosen one.
What qualities this woman possesseth, I know not. But full sure am I that she was groomed for this role.
Meaning there's somebody that taught her this?
Few are privy to the secrets of summoning, and but a single party standeth to profit from their dissemination.
Well, I wouldn't presume to comment on how the lass came to know about summoning, but I will say that what she summoned was a primal. The readings were the same, or near as damn it.
So is he implying the Ashians had something to do with this?
Strange as it all sounds, it's really no different from what you've faced before.
Then mayhap it is time that we re-examined our previous encounters.
Her eyes look so cool, bro. The rest of them sometimes have dead-looking eyes, but her green just makes her look like actually alive.
Yes, sir.
Who was it that yeah. Look at her eyes. She looks so lifeless.
Hear, feel, think.
Yep.
Hydaelyn speaks to her as well.
So she has, what is it called, the call or something?
Is blessed with the power
the echo.
of the echo. She will doubtless have used it to further her goals. Or could it be that it was a revelation granted her by the echo which first set her on this path? She did say that the Ishgardians were blind to the truth.
But why would Heidelin set two of her chosen people against each other? That's my question.
Do you think she has knowledge of the origins of the Ishgardian-Dravanian War? It would do much to explain her unwavering conviction.
Did not the Lady Iceheart implore thee to seek the Keeper of the Lake?
Yes.
And did she not imply that in so doing thou wouldst come to see with eyes unclouded?
Yes, she did.
Midgard-Zoma was a king amongst kings who reigned for centuries on end. But he is dead and his wisdom lost to the ages. Unless the Ishgardians' fears are well it would seem we have yet another reason to stand watch over the Keeper of the Lake. For a mercy, we are well positioned to do so. Iceheart, Shiva, Ascians, and Midgard-Zoma. I shudder to think how they're all connected.
I don't get how you're pronouncing it Zomer. But whatever. I mean to scour the annals for knowledge of Midgard-Zomer, or Zomer, or however you pronounce it. Given his great age, I dare say he appears in more than a few. Do you hear that? The commotion outside. Would you see if aught is amiss? Alright. And then while I'm walking there, I'm going to check what part of the MSQ I'm on here. It didn't save my spot on the MSQ. Hold on. We were... This is the Reason Royal or whatever. Okay, so that's the end of this patch. You have the Reason Royal and then Let Us Cling Together. So we're making good progress. Oh, oops. I went too far. I guess I was supposed to stay in here. Right there. I walked past him. I wasn't even paying attention. Oops. Alright, Alfino, what's up? Finnegan, 'tis well that you are on hand. We have a problem. Royale has escaped. I'm gonna assume that's how it's pronounced, but probably not. It happened shortly after the Immortal Flames took her into custody. She had been placed in a dungeon cell ahead of her coming trial, but apparently the accommodation was not to her liking. The turnkey was found slain, along with 2 guards. 'Tis plain she received inside help. Citizens report seeing Royale quitting the city via the Gate of Nald, with a bloodied spear in hand. She makes for Castrum Meridianum, I am certain of it. With her fate in Eorzea as good as sealed, what recourse has she but to flee to her imperial masters? Even as we speak, Captain Ilberd and the First are hot upon Royale's heels. Pray make haste to Camp Blue Fog and join the hunt. Okay. It does kind of feel like each of these... I mean, it all fits together, but it just... I don't know. Some of the post-patch content for Realm Reborn just feels like it's there to keep you playing, and that it's not actually anything substantial, but I don't know. My thanks for coming, Scion. I've spoken with the soldiers here. They say that Royale walked through the camp not a bell ago. Aye, she walked right through. You did not mishear. We have Raubon's decision to keep the matter secret to thank for that. Bad for morale, he said. As a result, not a single flame in the garrison made any attempt to detain her. And so, here we are. Royale must not be allowed to reach Castrum Meridianum. Or Meridium, I don't know. Dude, this mount is so epic. With the music and everything, ooh, so good. It looks like me and this person next to me are on the same quest. That's kind of cool. This wretch was with Royal. He threw himself at us that his mistress might escape. She didn't blink when we cut him down. Not even when he started screaming. That's dark, brother. No loyalty even to her own. With me, Scion. We almost have her. Alright. I like her glasses. I won't lie. Very Harry Potter-esque. Oh, okay, so we have to let her live here. Okay. Oh, this is a healer, I guess. So, yep, there we go. And then this one, maybe. They just keep coming. I almost want to attack her, but I feel like the mission will fail if she reaches 0 HP. So I'm just gonna avoid it if I can help it. More reinforcements? They really aren't paying me enough. Oh, bleed. Dude, I aggroed 2 of them. Oh, I didn't mean to click that. That's okay. Alright. Tired of this guy healing them. He needs to be sent to the Shadow Realm. Goodbye. I will say, another thing that, I mean, everybody and their mother on the internet says this, but the classes at this level are just not very complicated or whatever. It's just a few buttons that you gotta press, which is kind of unfortunate. I'm hoping it gets better as the game progresses, but who knows. I still like the game, and I like the combat, or just like the look of it, the feel of it, I guess. But yeah, I'm hoping it gets more complicated than this, because at the moment I'm kind of just sitting here just pressing the same buttons over and over. Gosh, I really hope I don't get punished for killing her there. Oh, I could have been doing that the whole time then, so it ends it to kill her. I could have just been killing her, bro. What am I doing? Gasp. Pant. Find her. And do it tight. Yes, sir. She's kind of terrible. How did she make second in command? Good work, men. She and her Imperial cronies pushed us close, but we were better. Behold, a respected officer in the Immortal Flames. People look up to you as one of the Order's founding members, one of its pillars. It saddens me to see you fallen so low. What would you know of low, you spoiled little lordling who has never known any want? People such as you take wealth and birth for granted. You think it's your God-given right to rule over others? You know not of our plight, the injustice that we low-bornish guardians must endure. To the noble lords and ladies, we are not people, but resources to be consumed. I did what I had to do to survive, stealing, killing, even whoring myself. Ooh, sorry, my bad. Oops, it is no fault of mine if fools imagined me a paragon when I joined the Flames. To hear you tell it, one would think you the only person ever to have suffered. In case you have forgotten, Reborn himself was born into poverty, as was I. We lived hand to mouth, with little more than the shirts on our backs. Hunger was our constant companion. Yet never did we bemoan our lot in life, nor did we begrudge others their fortunes. We accepted the hand that we had been dealt, and played it to the best of our ability. Life was a battle, aye, but no matter what fate threw at us, we took it on the chin and came back for more. Everything we have, we fought for. How are we any different then? 'Tis true that we were both mercenaries of lowly birth, and 'tis true that we both had our fair share of struggles. But whereas I sold my sword, you, Marshal, sold your comrades. If life has taught me one thing, it is that you never betray your own. I would sooner cut off my own arm than raise a hand against a friend. Nice. My friends are my power type of vibe. But enough talk. You will return to Ul'dah to face justice, and the people whose trust you have dragged through the gutter. Dude, this music is so good. Alright. Not so much as a hint of remorse. 'Tis well that this sordid business is finally at an end. A friend's betrayal cuts deeper than steel. We must hope that we have chosen our own allies more wisely than Reborn chose his. Yeah, I hope so. It would be super awkward if the Braves or whatever, his group.
Truly bothersome business.
Oh, I like his voice.
No, I do not foresee a problem on that front. The main concern is Reborn. There is no telling what the brute might do.
There's no telling
watch
what
him
the
in the flames day and night. You may leave the Sultana to me. I shall personally attend her grace.
Uh-oh. What blades was he talking about? I'm assuming it's a mercenary group under his control. I don't really know.
Sever one of the East Aldenard trade routes. That ought to keep Lolorito occupied for a while.
Dang.
Nanamo Ulnamo. For my sake, pray be a good little Sultana to the last.
Okay, the issue though is I'm pretty sure I've had what happens spoiled, which is super unfortunate, but yeah. I think I was just watching one of the Heavensward CGI like trailers or whatever, and it showed her drinking something and then like collapsing, so that is unfortunate. Captain Ilberd and I have a few questions for the Flame Marshal regarding the circumstances of her miraculous escape. When we have completed our interrogation, we shall take our findings directly to General Reborn, and that shall be the end of it. Your work here is done, my friend. Thanks. But I have one last task for you. Return to the Rising Stone and apprise Minfilia of all that has happened. I am aware that the antecedent held Royal in high regard. For better or for worse, she will want to know how this tale ends. Alright. Revenant's Toll. I guess I didn't need to summon my mount there, but that's okay. Let us cling together. Is that the last quest in the patch? Yes, it is. Nice. So now we're on to the next patch, which is actually kind of short. So that's pretty good. And then before I finish the last patch and move on to Heavensward, I do need to get some blue quests done, so that will be happening tomorrow. And then after that, Heavensward, baby.
Welcome back, my friend. I have already received word from Alfino. To think that Flame Marshal Huayu was the Garlean agent.
What?
I know not what to say.
Did she say Wayu or Ryu? Neither one works for this spelling.
Together with Reborn, Eileen lent us much needed aid at the time of our order's founding. She was particularly passionate about the need to tackle the primal threat. When we discussed the subject, her eyes fairly shone with determination. Whatever else she may have been, I choose to believe that it was her true self with whom I spoke then.
But also, don't the Garleans also dislike the primals? So...
But now is not the time to dwell on such matters.
No, it is not.
I have an important announcement to make regarding our effort to defeat the Ascians. We shall begin as soon as everyone is assembled. My thanks for coming, friends. Moonbreeder, the floor is yours.
By now, I'm sure you're all familiar with white auracite, the miraculous material that'll allow us to capture Ascian souls. Back at Snowcloak, we verified its ability to absorb vast amounts of ether. Alas, it leaves something to be desired in the area of stability.
That's not
the
great.
The stone can only store ether for a short while before expelling its contents.
Oh, yeah, that's a... Yeah. So if we capture an Ascian, he's in there for 5 minutes, then he's out. It's like a timeout. It's not actually the end of him.
In addition to auracite's inherent limitations, we must needs be wary of our enemy's strength. Our foe draweth upon an infinite wellspring of power. Even should we succeed in entrapping him, the stone will not long contain his wrath.
Yeah.
Meaning that, if we want to kill the swine, we'll have to be quick about it.
But how would you kill him? Would you, like, put him in there and then break it? That doesn't seem like that would work.
'Tis our belief that an Ascian soul may be permanently undone, if smitten by a sufficiently concentrated burst of pure ether.
So you trap him in it, I guess, and then you funnel aether through it.
The only trouble is, we can't say for sure how concentrated the burst needs to be. Without knowing how much ether an Ascian soul is composed of, we're basically guessing.
Our sole clue lieth in thy struggle with La Habrea.
During that encounter, Heidelin bid you forge what she called a Blade of Light, a weapon which took the form of a luminous stream of energy. Based on your description, we believe the blade with which you vanquished your foe was composed of ether. Admittedly, your victory proved ephemeral, as La Habrea was able to use a crystal of darkness to flee into the space that lies between our world and the void.
Yes.
The fact remains, however, that Heidelin placed the means to destroy the Ascians in your hands. Be that as it may, it would be unwise to assume that she will do the same when we next encounter such a foe.
Quite so, my lady. We must needs find the means to forge our own blade of ether, one to equal that which Heidelin did benevolently bestow upon her champion.
That is all well and good, but it seems to me that producing such a blade will require a prodigious quantity of ether. Whence will it come, pray tell?
Oh, what if we had 2 pieces of white auracite? One to trap the Ascian, and the other to store the ether for the blade.
Interesting.
Oh, nice try. But it's as I said, the stone won't hold ether for any length of time. We'd still need to collect the stuff there and then, sorry to say.
And therein lies the rub. Finding a way to create the blade whenever and wherever we choose.
It would seem more research is in order.
Hey, but
I'm
we're
going
making
to
good
linger a
strides, to be
while,
honest.
Perform a few more tests on the auracite. And I could do with some help. Urianger.
Yeah.
Lend me a hand.
Little date night?
Mine apologies, but I am required.
No, Urianger, please. It was a layup.
Lady Minfilia hath given me sole charge of the premises. 'Twould be unseemly to leave them unattended.
You can attend them together, bro. Please.
Sole charge, you say? So you're basically alone there then? Well, that settles it. I'll just have to come to you.
Bro, I like her. She's so forward. Oh my goodness. Yeah, their relationship is
While you
probably
were
one of my
afield,
favorites so far.
Word arrived from the Sharlayan motherland. You will recall that a survey party was dispatched to investigate the incident at the Isle of Vow. What they discovered was troubling, to say the least. According to the report, the isle has been erased from existence.
What?
'Twas as if a hole had been torn in the very fabric of reality.
How's that possible, though?
Aye. Yet the mystery endeth not with the isle's disappearance. It hath come to light that a number of scholars in various other locales were reported missing at a similar juncture.
I also don't remember what the Isle of Val is, because once I finished the main Realm Reborn stuff, I took a break in between the patches, just because it was kind of I don't know, a slog, I guess. So I don't remember why it disappeared or what that's about, but
What's more,
we'll see.
they all had something in common with the head of the students of Baldessian. Every last one of them was researching a phenomenon called dimensional compression, or the rejoining as the ancient texts call it. I'll be damned if that's a coincidence.
All indications suggest Asian involvement, but I sense that a force greater still is at work. The entity the Dark Beings call the One True God.
What?
We must pray that my dear friend Kryl regains consciousness soon. If she bore witness to the Isle of Val's final moments, she may be able to shed some light on this mystery.
Bro, I feel so bad that I'm getting so much gil, and my trial cap is at 300,000.
Following the calamity, the forces of the 14th Imperial Legion entrenched themselves in strategic locations across Eorzea. So swiftly did they accomplish this, it was suspected that they had received help. To think that it came from Huayu, my
Huayu?
right hand.
So the other lady said Huayu. He says Huayu. I'm gonna keep saying Royal. I don't get it, bruh.
There is more. We have reason to believe that Huayu didn't deal exclusively with the 14th. She also answered to a higher authority in Garlemald.
I'm a big fan of this guy. His voice actor is the same one as Ansem from Kingdom Hearts.
But this higher authority could not have been the Emperor. By consenting to the Media Project, Solus Zos Galvus showed himself to be more concerned about preventing the spread of primal influence than claiming Eorzea for the Empire. He would happily have seen the lot reduced to ash. We believe a number of high-ranking figures within the royal household were against the decision, but that they knew better than to oppose the Emperor openly. Of course, this didn't prevent them from making clandestine provisions, in which Huayu played a part.
Alas, these provisions did not prevent Dalamud from falling, and the ensuing chaos changed the face of the realm forever. Yet Eorzea survived. To all intents and purposes, the Meteor Project had failed, and the Empire was left to rue its lack of a decisive means to eliminate the primals. Until, that is, it stumbled upon the Ultima weapon.
Was that its attempt to eliminate the primals? I don't think I fully realized that.
Even before the accursed thing was dug up, it seemed to me the 14th had the might to overwhelm our weakened armies. Yet they chose to hide behind their walls. Why?
The Black Wolf was wary of making the denizens of Eorzea desperate, lest more primals emerge to bleed the land. The discovery of the Ultima weapon, however, emboldened him to resume his war of conquest in earnest.
But there was one in Garlemald who believed that Van Belsar's actions were premature. One who stood higher in the Imperial Army's chain of command. He ordered the Legatus to halt his advance, only to find that the Black Wolf had slipped its leash, and that the 14th now acted alone.
Wait, what? Somebody was higher than Van Belsar? I thought he was the leader. Or is he just like the, I don't know, commander of the army, but there's still like an emperor at the top? I definitely assumed he was the emperor.
In a bid to bring Van Belsar to heel, he used the agent he had planted in Ulda prior to the calamity to undermine the Legion's efforts.
A man who outranks Van Belsar, yet opposed the late Emperor's decision to annihilate Eorzea. This could only be the former High Legatus of the Garlean army, now known as Emperor Varus Galvus.
The former High Legatus. So he was above Van Belsar, and now he's the emperor.
So he was Huayu's true master.
Dang, so she's serving
But
some
one of
high-level
several,
people.
In actual fact, we've learned that even as Huayu served the Empire's interests, she sold Imperial secrets to a certain faction in Eorzea. In so doing, she helped to maintain the status quo, thus prolonging the conflict. Considering who stands to profit from war, it isn't hard to imagine who her other masters were.
The Syndicate.
Seven hells! You mean to say that she was a double agent?
Triple, if you consider her services to Van Belsar and the new Emperor as separate.
As neatly as these pieces seem to fit, one aspect of the puzzle remains unclear to me. By whose will was the Marshal feeding intelligence to the heretics? And try as I might, I fail to see how aiding their cause would profit either her Imperial or monetarist masters.
Good point, actually.
Could it be that another hand is at work here? If so, Huayu must be made to reveal whose it is.
Not only have I lost a trusted friend, now I must interrogate her as a stranger.
Not a pleasant task, I grant you, but a necessary one. Unless we weed out the ivy, root, stalk, and stem, it will simply grow back.
I know that full well. Those closest to Huayu have already been detained, and I will question them alongside her.
General, pray keep in mind that there may be unwitting abettors among them.
All will be treated fairly. On that you have my word. Those who are innocent have no cause to fear.
Heck yeah.
You have ever been a friend of truth, General. I hope the unpleasant task of weeding out falsehood will not detain you too long. Though it be for the sake of Eorzea, doubting one's comrades is poison to the soul. And with that, I take my leave.
The soul. I'm ready for Alfino's new voice actor, bro. I don't even remember what he sounds like, but he's got to be better than this.
All these years, I've been made to dance to their tune. How could you, Huayu? How could you side with them? Those cankers who take from this land and give naught in return, who use their power to disempower and grow fat while the people starve.
Do something about it, brother.
I know you can hear me, monetarist scum. Your crimes will not go unpunished. Until you have purged this land of your sickness before the eyes of the 12, I swear it.
He's lost it. Okay, dude. Oh my gosh. Somebody get him his meds.
I shall have no further need of you this day. Your Grace.
She's pretty. All right.
I fear that not even mine own chambers shall remain private for long.
Is this the poisoning scene? This better not be the poisoning scene, bro.
Has the situation grown so grim?
Ever since he proposed the Cartiner Reclamation Bill, Taleji Adeleji has risen to greater prominence upon the backs of impoverished refugees. The monetarists were ever united in their pursuit of profit, but the man's actions have torn a rift in their ranks. They snap at each other as rabid dogs. Yet now is not the time to be bickering among ourselves.
True.
If this bickering is a threat to law and order, might you not have grounds to dissolve the Syndicate?
I didn't realize she had play dates with the Grand Company leaders. They're like having tea time here.
Would that the solution were so simple, Admiral. Alas, my moving to dissolve the Syndicate is certain to spark outrage among the influential merchant class, whom the Cabal represents. This would serve to exacerbate the current unrest, and peace would slip still further away. Be they rich or poor, natives or refugees, all who reside in Ul'dah have a right to pursue happiness. It is the duty of a ruler to protect this right. If I am to perform my duty, I must needs tread warily. It would not do to make enemies heedlessly. Were Lord Lolorito here, he would doubtless say that I have my head in the clouds.
A ruler is required to take a wide view. Try as we might to cater to all needs, some will inevitably be overlooked. As such, there shall ever be citizens who feel aggrieved. It cannot be helped, but as you have informed us, the monetarists take no view but their own. They hunger for power while the masses starve. In the absence of a common cause, it seems beyond any one individual to make Ul'dah whole.
Okay.
And the presence of a Garlean agent within the Immortal Flames only makes matters worse. Even accounting for Ul'dah's historic reliance upon mercenaries, such a grievous breach of security is unprecedented. I fear this business will provide the monetarists with a rod to beat Rauban.
Yeah, for sure. That's not really in any doubt. Of course it will.
Eorzea can ill afford for the Immortal Flames to be dampened now. Ere long, the Garleans will turn their ravenous gaze toward our lands once more. If we are to resist their might, our nations must stand together.
Indeed.
Yet for this to happen, our nations must be whole. Cannot be done to improve the situation in Ul'dah.
Actually, I could suggest something. Obviously, it won't happen, but you could replace Rauban. Don't get rid of him. He's still extremely useful, but if people lose their faith in the Grand Company in Ul'dah, I feel like you can just change sort of the face of the operation and just say, hey, look, this happened under Rauban's watch, but he's still gonna be useful to us. He's an awesome warrior, awesome leader, but, you know, new president is coming in kind of thing. Well, I don't know.
The true wealth of Ul'dah lies in the health, happiness, and hopes of her citizens. Alas, the citizens shall never know these things, so long as their lives are ruled by the ambitions of the few. The monetarists claim to represent the best interests of the people, but in sooth they desire only to manipulate them for their own selfish ends. For the government to serve the people, it must be formed of the people.
Precisely.
For Ul'dah to move forward, it is not only the Syndicate that must be dissolved.
What are you suggesting?
Nay, you jest.
Oh, like the royal system? So like she would step down and it would become like a democracy maybe?
My friends, it was for no other reason than to make known to you mine intent that I requested your presence here.
Really?
When I make my declaration to the people, chaos shall inevitably ensue.
Yeah, I don't know that this is the right time for this.
As the last monarch in the line of Ul, I make unto you this request. Help Reborn to preserve order and protect the people. Forsake them, and you forsake yourselves. For a strong Eorzea will ever have need of a strong Ul'dah.
Your Grace, are you certain of this?
There is no other way. When the time is ripe, the nation shall become a true republic. Both royalists and monetarists shall cease to be.
I like it,
Ul'dah
but
will no longer belong to kings or queens or merchant princes, but to her people.
yeah, I like it, but you can't just dissolve it. You have to have, I don't know, people in place to start like the systems, you know, voting and these kinds of things. And right now, with everything else that's going on, this isn't exactly a good time for this.
Reborn, forgive me for casting aside all that you have toiled for in my name. Beyond this gesture, I am powerless to help my subjects.
You could vote me in as president. Everybody would want the Warrior of Light as president. Come on, please. Alright. Accept. I am most eager to address the Ascian threat, however we dare not neglect our other pressing concerns. We both know full well that Saint Shiva will not be the last primal we face, and our relationship with Ishgard is still tenuous at best. I think that the resolution of the primal threat was once the sole priority of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. Some days I wonder if it was wise for us to take on so many other responsibilities. Lest you forget, Antecedent, the Scions need not shoulder the burden alone. Were not the Crystal Braves established for this very reason? True, we are presented with a multitude of problems. However, we have all the resources we need to address them in turn. Finnegan, in particular, is ever a steadying hand, who I trust will continue to support the Braves. To what do we owe this the pleasure? Have there been further developments regarding the situation in Ul'dah? As expected, the Immortal Flames have been struggling to cope with the revelation that one of their highest-ranking officers was a Garlean agent. Suffice it to say, Teleji Adeleji and his monetarists ilk have wasted no time in attempting to turn the situation to their advantage. Coupled with ongoing unrest, the Flames are finding themselves hard-pressed. Plainly, General Raubon needs our help, and I will direct the Crystal Braves to offer what support they can. If I am to stay abreast of the latest developments of the developments and issue effective orders, however, I cannot afford to waste time traveling back and forth. And so, for the foreseeable future, I think it would be for the best if I were to remain in Ul'dah, unless you have an objection? None whatsoever. We have matters here well in hand. Moonbrea's research is proceeding as planned? So she tells me, though I'm not familiar with the details. Urianger is poring over his tomes at the Waking Sands, and the others are contributing in their own ways. Alas, the key problem, how to form an ethereal blade at will, remains unsolved. Nevertheless, it's only a matter of time. Finnegan, while we focus on that task, mayhap you could assist Alphino and his Braves with theirs. It would do much to restore faith in the Immortal Flames if the Warrior of Light was seen working on their behalf. Never forget that your esteemed status allows you to act in ways that those more tightly bound to organizations and nations cannot. As ever, I implore you to do so. Not that your response was ever in doubt, but I humbly thank you once more for aiding our cause. Now then, there are preparations I must attend to before my departure, such as receiving Riol's latest report. He has proven to be quite skilled at gathering information others wish kept secret, hence why I placed him under my direct command and ordered him to investigate the Ul'dah riots. When you're finished here, join me outside. Depending on what he has to say, I may soon have a favor to ask. If there are any developments on our front, I shall inform you at once in the usual fashion. Alright, well, with that, I believe I am going to hop off for the day. So we just got through that patch, and then tomorrow we will do the next one, and potentially some of the blue quests. And yeah. So if you guys are still in the stream, be sure to subscribe so you can see me around tomorrow. And with that, I shall see you guys later. Peace.